Hey everyone, this is Teresa Hegel, Executive Editor of Special Projects and Sustainability at ASI.
And this is Cassie Green, Content Director of Apparelist and Editor at Printing United Alliance. And you're listening to Branding Together, a new adventure into the converging worlds of print and promo.
We're here to bring you an engaging monthly discussion that dissects just how closely each of these industries align. Whether you're a promotional products distributor, commercial printer, apparel decorator, or a little bit of everything, our topics and guests will bring the ultimate crossover conversation.
When you're ready to bring your business to the next level, get lost in this month's episode, which is set to happen in 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome everyone to a special bonus episode of Branding Together. Teresa and I are beyond excited to have this conversation, as it has a little something to do with a project we discussed in the first main episode of Branding Together for 2026.
Yes, so for those of you who missed that episode, I mean, it's definitely worth going back for a listen, but let me just give you a quick recap. So we talked about a joint project that we worked on for Counselor Magazine, where we enlisted the help of several apparel decorators to create a collection of Branding Together merch, which kind of tells the story of the podcast, how easy it is to get creative with printing, and to showcase the power of branded apparel.
Ooh, yes, it's such a great project, and I'm just beyond excited to show everybody the cool things decorators have done. But these first couple episodes, we really wanted to, feature our amazing partners that provided the blanks to help us bring this project to life. So joining us for this special episode is Elisa Pavon, who is Atlantis Headwear's Sustainability Manager. Atlantis provided the headwear for this project, which, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, Teresa and I are rocking today. Woohoo! Yeah! So, Elisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and nice headwear.
Well, I mean, I have to say it's pretty cool, very great. And we are going to get into the headwear portion of it a little bit. But first, Elisa, why don't you kind of introduce yourself to our listeners? How did you get started in this industry?
Oh, thank you for this question, because it's a bit funny, I am Elisa Favan, Sustainability Manager and a member of the board of our company. That's why it's important, because, if you put a sustainability manager at the board's table, I think you can guess how the corporation looks like in the true fact. I mean, coming back to me, I started, I was thinking today, 15 years ago in the industry, even if I'm looking young, that's another reason why you need to wear headwear, because you look younger every time, by the way, 15 years ago, but in the fast fashion industry. So on the opposite side, with respect to where I am today, because today I'm, running a sustainability department in the company. So at that time, I was working in the product development, and I was traveling weekly to the factories. And that was a very good way to learn a lot of things about the product development, about how facilities are run, in the true facts, and what is the impact of the textile industry. That's why I moved to Atlantis, and the beautiful things I found here were a lot, but the important one was that I found a company, a brand that was at that time, so 8 years ago, starting asking themselves, what is the impact we have with our headwear production? So that's how everything started. I was working in Atlantis, also product development, quality and compliance. So, all those boring things, but very important. And I had the chance to dive into deeply the textile impact and try to find a way to reduce the impact. So we started from the product, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, to talk more about the product and the impact, I know, Atlantis, you guys are known for a very strong focus on sustainability. So how do you personally define sustainability, and how do you guys incorporate it and encourage it within kind of the apparel industry as a whole?
Well, for me, sustainability is, making decisions and strategies that still make sense in 5 or 10 years. I think there is no other way, about making strategies today. We have to consider this. For Atlantis, of course, at Atlantis, we start every time at the product level, material choices. As I was saying, if we want to reduce the environmental impact, of course, durability, because this is another important thing. If we switch materials into lower impact ones, we need still to improve the durability, of course, and with recycled materials, it's a challenge. Safety, of course, because we never forget about the product safety, because if it is sustainable, it must be safe for the people and the planet, of course. And also traceability. It's another important topic for us, because we think the consumer or the customer in the B2B sense need to know what's behind that production. There are still people behind our hats. So it's important we bring them this value, and also, speaking about what is not perfect still, maybe, but what we are improving. So I think traceability is another important thing. We never claim perfection, of course, but we are open. And I think this is something that our customers really do appreciate, of course. And also going beyond the product, just closing what's sustainability for us, it's our purpose. Our purpose is starting from wordplay, like we don't want to dress just heads. We want to dress minds. It means that we want to spread the culture of sustainability by distributing our brand. It means if you receive one Atlantis hat, you are receiving like a white paper where you can write your story, but it is on a sustainable basis one. So we are trying to give in value and speak about all the parts that are completing sustainability. People, the social part, but also the environmental part, and also the governance ones.
Wow, I love that. What you really said about creating like this culture, and yes, a journey. Absolutely. I think that's all incredibly impactful. I want to return a little bit to what you were talking about in terms of transparency, because I think that's a really important topic to dissect here when you're talking about sustainability. Obviously, like you were saying, Atlantis is pretty clear, right? You share a lot of your stuff on your website. There's, a lot of important information, especially in this world of greenwashing and things like that. Why do you think transparency is so crucial? Can we dive a little deeper into that?
Of course, because I think sustainability without data is just storytelling. It's a very nice marketing exercise, maybe, but nothing more, because in that way it could be easy, but I know that it's not easy and it's very challenging, and we need to speak about this. We need to show when we are, for example, making our non-financial disclosure on a voluntary basis. We are telling our customers everything we can collect about our data, about our production, and what we can still not, collect. This is important because you are showing people how you come for your business. And it's very interesting when you see year after year how you are improving the data collection. And when I say data collection, I'm speaking about everything, about the company, about the brand, like, what are the emissions behind your productions. Scope 3 emissions, for example, are a very challenging point. But we worked a lot to really develop systems that are making ourselves able to show even the CO2 emission of one unit product. And I think this is very important because we need to have a quantity of what we are choosing when we buy one hat or another thing. So it's very important. And if we put this at the customer disposal on our website, I think this will make the choice easier for who is on that side. I mean, it's a way of showing why you are different and how. Because we are never telling this brand is better than the other or that stuff. We don't care about this. We just say, let's say what we are able to do, what we are able to collect and say and share, and let the other take the choice, okay? And I think it's also a good way to improve the whole industry. I mean, everything we developed, it's free, open on our website. It means that our competitors, of course, can also dive into that. But this is good because all those information can, help the others because we are not moving just in one direction. We need everybody, the whole industry moving in that direction. Otherwise, we are just a little fish, in a very big ocean. So that's why I think sustainability, of course, is very, very important.
Printing United Alliance is the leading member-based printing and graphic arts association in North America with over 70 years of history and more than 20,000 members worldwide. We're here to support printing professionals like you with the tools, resources, and information you need to grow your business, sharpen your skills, and expand your network. Whether you're a printer, supplier, student, or educator, we've built our community to serve everyone who's passionate about the future of print. An Alliance membership is a smart, cost-effective way to stay current on the latest trends, connect with industry leaders, and give your business the competitive edge it deserves. Head over to printing.org/membership to learn more about the memberships we offer. Let's move the printing industry forward together.
Right. I mean, like you said, like sustainability is kind of a differentiator for you now, but we don't want it to be. We want everybody to be doing it. So, you mentioned some of the challenges like Scope 3 emissions, things like that. But what are some of the other big challenges that are facing kind of the whole headwear and apparel market as we try to kind of bring sustainability forward?
Oh, good question. And very big question. I think balancing sustainability with price pressure and speed to market for sure, because I worked a lot in the product development, in the lower impact product development, in a safe product, and I can tell you that all these. Having good and reliable materials with less impact, but durable, safe, and all that stuff, traceable, certified. All this needs time, a lot of time. And also sometimes you just need to start from zero because that way is no longer possible or not good enough. So every time you really try to plan, but you need a lot of time. And also, this is a point because the market sometimes is not waiting for you. And the price is another point because, of course, when a new material, for example, is not scalable yet, it is not good for the prices. So maybe we find a good material that can really reduce the environmental impact, but it is completely out of target for a B2B Headwear brand. So it's very challenging. And another thing, it's about the consistency of sustainability. Because I'm always thinking why a lot of brands are adding green capsule collections instead of, switching the whole catalog into a lower impact collection, for example, because we have some targets, some goals, the entire world should about the environmental impact for sure. So I'm always thinking, where's the impact? The true impact of those green lines, if most of your turnover or of your productions as a brand are coming from conventional items. So we should think about the consistency of those choices. We also started like that because we are a brand born in 1995, so a long way to go. But then we realized if we don't change, what is the best seller of our collection, we will never get an impact, a true impact, because, bestsellers are the bestseller for one reason. And just closing, I think another big challenge is the end of the life of the product. Headwear is difficult to recycle because of the different components similar to footwear, for example. So I really hope that innovation will guide us, and also regulation will guide us into a new possible recycling of the products when it comes, to the end of their life. This is another important thing.
Yeah, we are definitely starting to see more of like that legislation, regulation. I mean, it typically obviously starts in Europe most of the time and then moves slowly to the US where we are based, but we are seeing it. And yeah, I agree. It's going to be a slow grind, but we're going to hopefully keep seeing change to help address some of those challenges. One of the questions, and it's curious because you kind of started to talk about this, obviously Atlantis, like we said in the beginning, provided this headwear for us for this, branding together project, which is a storytelling project. It has, the branded vibe to it. It's a package that, Teresa helped curate and decorators helped us create. But then when I look at this, we used a sustainable blank apparel provider and sustainable headwear. So in your opinion, what role does like that sustainability messaging and that impact really have when creating merch packages? Because like you said, it can be a challenge.
Yes, of course. And we could go back to the target price topic, of course, just to begin, but just going beyond that. First of all, I think we should think a little bit more about the powerful object we have. Headwear, I'm always saying to everybody, also here in the company, you never think how important is one hat on people's head, just, for example, during an interview or during, a photo shooting or something like that. So I think this is a very good way to take your position, as a corporation, for example. And as I was saying, as a personal individual, everybody, is trying to choose something to say to the others by choosing your, for example, pool or your shoes. You're trying to say something about you. If you are looking for a brand that cares about the social condition of the production or the environmental impact of that production, you're saying that you as a person, you care about this. And I think if we move to a corporation scale, of course, that's all about. If you want to give a certain value with your merchandising to your message, to your corporation, to your brand, for example, you make a different choice. You try, as I was saying before, right? You try to find this valuable blank canvas where you want to write your good story. And that's all. That's why we should really remember that we add value to others' value. I'm always saying like that. We try to, build those relationships with those brands that are choosing, those companies that are choosing Atlantis, hoping that our values are on the same page, because I'm giving value to them. They are giving a lot of value to our brand, of course.
Okay. I love all of what you have to say. So now I want to kind of look forward, let's look into our crystal ball. Obviously it's a new year. What do you think is going to define sustainability in apparel and promo products this year, 2026, but also over the next, say 5 or 10 years?
Easy question. Well,
always to challenge you.
Yes, of course. I'm here for that. Of course, we can start saying that sustainability, I love sustainability value for the market, for the politics changed a lot in the last 2 years. I was really surprised. We were all speaking about sustainability, and then suddenly we should never say that word. Otherwise,
Right, the green hushing.
Yes, exactly. So it's hard. It's hard to have a longer view on the future. But I can say for sure that data will still be a focus, because otherwise you cannot understand who is doing the things with consistency in a reliable way and who is just cheating, And I think data will be very important, especially the scope-free emissions, because we are taking too long to bring out this information. And I think we need really to make this quicker and show the true impact of our businesses simply. Then for sure, durability will be an important topic, because we have too many things and we need to make them durable. And I guess we should try developing a way to also fix some goods in a way. So I think this is another important topic for our industry, of course, because I know that fashion already moves on about this, but let's see. Not easy for the promo industry. For sure, supply chain transparency will still drive an important value for the whole industry. And circularity, of course, as it was a challenge, it will be an important topic. But beyond all this, maybe it's not a preview, it's more something that I hope will become true, is that finally we prefer the impact of our choices instead of the performances of what we choose. What I'm trying to say is that I would like really that when we talk about sustainability, we just stop about saying I made this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, just putting, all those medals on our website and everything. But what was the impact of that choice? Because we can, do a lot of things. But if behind that choice, there is no value at all, there is no true impact, you are just making a lot of things without having a true impact again. And I think this is something that is coming from our benefit corporation statement, So we try to see what is the impact behind every choice that is different than making a lot of things because we are beautiful like that. No, not at all.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I think that is so powerful. I really do hope so because I think for a long time people would talk about sustainability and just quick to slap a leaf logo on their website or whatever. But I love that you pointed out we need to start making it about the numbers, the data, the transparency, the impact. We need to be thinking about this in real actionable ways, right? I feel like Teresa and I could, and probably you, Elisa, could sit here and talk about sustainability forever because we're all very passionate about it. But we are nearing the end of our episode. And one of the things Teresa and I like to do with all of our guests is end the interview with a fun, silly question. Usually our guests have a good laugh and hopefully our listeners do too. So my silly question to you is, you wake up tomorrow and everybody agrees you're famous for one weird thing. What is that thing?
I think I would be probably famous for winning the lottery and spending all those money to buy an Italian headwear brand, a sustainable one, and probably running the company as a female entrepreneur with a precious, really team, an amazing team. So I think it's crazy enough because I'm always thinking I need to start playing the lottery, because this should be really a nice and wild dream.
I like it. Well, if you win, we'll be the first to congratulate and celebrate with you.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Awesome. I like it, Elisa. Well, thank you again so much for being on the show. And, huge shout out and thank you to Atlantis Headwear for, again, providing the blanks for this awesome Branding Together project. Really was a joy talking to you today.
Yes.
Thank you.